This is the Dictionary series, where we learn to understand at a deeper level that our words have meanings and can alter the way we interact with and even view the world at large. It's your girl Kizzy, and I thank you for joining me. Well, hello there, and welcome to the Dictionary series. It's your girl Kizzy, and today's episode, the word of the day is going to be love. So let's go ahead and get into the dictionary definition of the word love, and then we'll get into what it means, what I think of the word love, and any associations we may have to it. Love. Noun. A deep and tender feeling of fondness and loyalty. Parents' love for their children. A strong liking, a love of books. To have a strong liking for. Take great pleasure in. I love to eat. He loves animals. To feel love for. We love our parents. A person that is loved very much. Mary was his own true love. So, love. A deep and tender feeling of fondness and loyalty. A strong liking. So something that stood out to me in that definition was the word loyalty, right? Because I feel like in a lot of my past relationships and connections, one thing that I feel like it lacks significantly was loyalty. And, those past relationships made me question what love really means to me and what love really is, right? What is the version of love that I've been leading with? What is the version of love that you are leading with? The version of love that you know, right? Because we have a conscious version of love and a conscious meaning and association to words, but then we have a subconscious meaning to words and association to words. So consciously, I'll say, love is supportive, kind, uplifting, encouraging, right? But then I'll attract love that is the opposite of that subconsciously, because subconsciously, I associate love to being unhealthy, right? To being chaotic, to being dysfunctional, like the love I received from my parents, from my family, right? And so that's why you'll find that in your relationships, you attract lovers and partners that reflect your parental dynamics and your parental dysfunction and this feeling of not being enough. Because consciously, you want love, right? Real love. Love that is deep, tender, fond, loyal, right? Love that is pleasuring. But oftentimes, subconsciously, that's not the idea of love we're really carrying. And the idea of love that you carry reflects also in the love that you're open to receiving, right? It reflects into your whole life. Because you don't just receive love from family or friends, you receive love from partners, you receive love from strangers, you receive love from anyone and anything, right? There's love even in experiences. Even in, like it says here, foods. I love to eat. He loves animals, right? In animals. And so when we don't have a genuine association and meaning to words like love, we accept less than we deserve, right? We beg for things that we are worthy of automatically, innately. And so I decided to make today's word love because I feel like it's important to recognize and understand that you are worthy of the healthy, uplifting, encouraging, motivating, loyal, deep, fond love that it is you want in experiences, in pets, in animals, in people. And to really feel like you are worthy of that, it involves healing, right? It involves understanding that you deserve to be seen, to be heard as you are. And something else I've also been taught is like, love has no boundaries, which I feel like isn't true. Just like I feel like loyalty has boundaries. Love has boundaries, and so does loyalty. And a lot of times when we're not open to receiving love, even though we consciously say, I want this type of love, we push it away. I've pushed it away before as well, because I didn't feel deserving of it, worthy of it, like I could have it. It felt like too much for me. It felt too safe. It felt too nice. And I didn't feel like I deserved it, so I pushed it away. We push it away. And there are so many ways that we can do that, but that's why oftentimes when we get in these relationships, we find that it's temporary fulfillment, because we're not understanding our conscious and subconscious relations to the word love. But there's love in everything. There's love in perspective as well. So when you hear like, replace fear with love, it means replace fear with softness, with compassion, with care, with loyalty to the cause, to yourself. And I think especially too, when we're so used to receiving what isn't love, that's what we get accustomed to, receiving what isn't love. That's all we feel like we're deserving of and worthy of. Love. But love that is unhealthy, love that is unfair, love that is not loyal, love that isn't really truly love. And so I want you to get curious about your conscious and subconscious versions of love. And you'll know what your subconscious version of love, meaning and association to love, is, because it's what you attract in your dynamics consistently, right? And it stems from your childhood. So it's replicating your childhood. So like, I've attracted love that is controlling, right? Jealous, lack, involves projection, because that's what I experienced in my familiar relationships, and that's what I saw love as, right? As unconditional with no boundaries. So that meant you could control me. That meant that you could project onto me. That meant that you come before me. That meant that I didn't matter. And so I've reflected those same types of dynamics in my relationships, friendships, and partners. So it's important to understand that you do deserve love. But consider what the word love means to you, and what it really means to you. And what the love that you want looks like, feels like, embodies. And question if the people and circumstances you find yourself entertaining in your life are aligned with that. And if they're not, why do you keep accepting it? Why are you allowing it? Why do you want it so bad? Why aren't you setting boundaries? Why don't you feel worthy? And it's not bad to feel unworthy of love, of softness, especially when you've experienced so many situations where there have been harsh entities and energies up against you. So you're not alone in that. Wednesday, Kizzy's Affirms, my new podcast here on YouTube, I came out with season 1, session 1, And it's love. It's about love. So it's affirmations based on love. If you'd like to go check that out, it'll be in the podcast section of my channel. But yeah, love is truly a beautiful thing. Love doesn't have to be super hard or toxic or unhealthy. It can be safe, and that's another part of love. If your love doesn't feel safe, if it doesn't feel tender, deep, loyal, strong, pleasurable, ask yourself, is this love? Is this real love? Is this the healthy love that I desire and really want? Or is this reflecting my insecurities so that I can find love within myself? So that I can establish what love means for me and then receive it. Spreading love in general means to spread kindness, be considerate, be caring, be kind, be compassionate, be empathetic. When they say love wins, they're not lying, because it's pure, it's real, it's genuine, it's true, and there's love in everything. So how can you also add love to your current situation, to what you're currently experiencing? How can you bring love into your everyday experience? More love, more care, more presence. Because I feel like love also involves presence. To love someone, to love something, is to be present with it, to experience it. And I also feel like there's a spectrum of love, right? Whoopsie! There's a spectrum of love, right? You can be in the red, or you can be in the green. So you really just want to raise the bar on your love meter. Love is deep, especially God's love. And God's love is so unconditional. And I know that because I've made mistakes. I know that because I'm not perfect. And God still loves me, and still chooses me, and still guides me, and still holds my hand. That's love. Because while God loves me unconditionally, God's also going to say, I don't think that's for you. I think you can do better. I feel like you could. God's not going to say there's no improvements needed. God's not going to say you can't be better. God's not going to necessarily encourage complacency. And love is not encouraging complacency either. Anybody that wants you to stay stagnant with them or without them, whatever the case may be, is not for you. That's not love. Love is not being somebody else's parent. Love is not sacrificing yourself. Love is embracing. It's soft, it's kind, it's pure, it's real, it's genuine, it's truthful, it's honest. It's like, imagine if we had more love in the world than hate, which I feel like we do, right? But more. Imagine if we had more love and less hate. More love, less judgment. More love, less competition. More love, less comparison. When you find yourself in these negative headspaces and these spiraling experiences, consider where you can add love, where you can invite love in. Love is always available to you. It's just a matter of seeing it, acknowledging it, and knowing and understanding and realizing that you are worthy of it. You deserve it. It's your birthright. It is you. It's not outside of you. You just have to invite it in, invite it up, invite it out. So I'll see you next time on the dictionary series. This was episode 1. The word is love. Consider this. Know this. Invite this wisdom, this knowledge, this curiosity in. And I challenge you to embrace love. To welcome in love for self, for others, for circumstances, for experiences. And watch what happens in your life. Watch what happens. Peace be with you.